Hey, it's Mike here with Martial Arts Growth, and in this video, I'm going to share with you how to sign up 20 to 50 new paying students every single month without stressful old tactics that waste your time, that waste your money, and that deliver poor results. And we're going to go over the 3 things that you have to have in place in order to actually grow your school. I'm going to go through the machine with you. I'm going to break down what the best platform is, and then I'm going to share with you the ultimate piece that has to be in place and that has to be laser focused in order for you to actually grow your school. So in this video, we're going to just keep it concise. I don't want to waste your time, and I just want you to really get some good value out of this. And then at the end, I'm going to share with you how you can actually take advantage of what we've got going on right now, which is honestly one of the coolest things I've ever done in my business career. Been doing this stuff since 2007, so it's pretty big to say that, and it's one of the things that has just given the most results to everyone that we've ever worked with. So I'm pretty excited to bring that to you. So when it comes to bringing, new students into your school, I often ask all of our clients, or I'll get on and I'll ask them different things about their business and applications. And I just want to share with you a few things here that they all say that they're looking for, just to see maybe if this is something that relates with you. And I just look at this as, the Martial Arts Business Owner Challenge. I mean, do you need a simple, easy to use system that actually functions well without being too tech heavy, allowing you to focus on actually teaching instead of operating a complex system? Something that you can actually use, that's easy to implement, and that is going to actually bring results without you having to just be bogged down by all this stuff. That was one thing that they were looking for. And these are all items, by the way, that we've checked off the list and made sure to really pay attention to so that you don't have to struggle through these same types of challenges. The next one was, how do you get targeted, ready to pay students in the door? By targeted, meaning the people you actually want to teach. Maybe you want to teach adults. Maybe you want to grow your kids program. Maybe you want to focus on competitions, or, maybe you've got a completely different type of student that you're looking for and you just want those people. How do you bring them in? Would you like to stop wasting money on advertising or unnecessary marketing and, trying yet another marketing system? It's like, can I just find one that works? We're switching to all these different systems all the time, or this new shiny object. And I'll be honest with you, since I've started in this business and doing, client generation, student generation, and customer generation using the modern online tools, I've been using the same process. I messed up in the beginning by using a bunch of the wrong ones, so I made sure that we created something that didn't need to be replaced again, or, oops, that didn't work, we got to change it out. So if that's something that you're tired of doing, another thing, then you're really going to love what I'm about to share with you. Another thing they said is, their dream is just to have enough money to actually be able to hire good people, pay some instructors to actually handle the process and the teaching while they're away so they can actually go on a vacation, go do something. And so they have enough money coming in to actually upgrade the school and duplicate the school if they wanted to actually do that. So if that's something that you're interested in, this is definitely the video you want to keep watching. Now at the end, I'm also going to, give you a download, and it's just going to give you the process, and this whole schematic will be on there to help you remember what we talked about. Now, if you were somebody that was affected by COVID shutdowns and you're needing help rebuilding, you're going to learn exactly how you're going to be able to do that in the quickest, most efficient, and most real way possible. Listen, this isn't about flash in the pan. We've got almost close to 600 clients now. We've been doing this for several years. We're all over the world, and we really wanted to give our clients something that they could depend on, something that they knew was rooted in like solid evergreen business principles. That way it was something that they knew they could spend the time to really dedicate either themselves or a team or a process to, and know that it was going to be worth it. Know that it wasn't going to be just another throwout. So I want you to really keep that in mind as we go through this. Do you need an automation system, and upfront offers that are actually working now, today, to generate that 20 student a month goal? That way you can regrow your school. Or maybe each month you're adding 2 to 3 students. Maybe you have a website, or you pay to boost traffic to your website, or you don't like the whole, birthday party marketing thing. For some people they like it, some people they don't. Or maybe you've ran Facebook ads, you've done Google ads, you've sponsored local sports teams or held events, and Despite the little bit of progress you're making, it just really remains far too slow. And it's really just preventing you from reaching that bigger goal and dream of, being able to focus purely on teaching and maybe just operating instead of being a worker inside the business. So if that's something you're after, these are all elements that we really keyed in on when we were creating this next big solution. And it's nothing that's new or crazy, more or less how we've teamed up, collaborated, and got more synergistic with it and simplified it. Maybe you're tired of the free or low-cost trials that end up wasting your time and it doesn't have a high ROI or zero ROI at all, and then they end up not even staying, and it hurts more than your pocket. It kind of starts working on you too. And maybe you've exhausted all the old common ways to advertise, guest passes, flyers, signs, these bandit signs on the side of the road. I had a guy who was just going off about that. He's like, by the time I pay for that, do all the work to do all that. And he's like, the amount it generates. And he goes, I just feel weird doing it. He's like, it doesn't seem right when I do it. So you're not the only one if you do feel that way. Or maybe you've had problems with consistency. Maybe you're a one-man show. And now you're focused on building a larger, maybe like a company-owned operation that with multiple schools, and maybe you want to have affiliates or licensed centers all across the globe. And because of the things you've tried in the past that have let you down, it's really hard trusting that human element to do all that work again. And so you're really wanting to get something that does not, have inconsistent results. It's automated. It's more systematic. So if that's something you're keying in on, then this is definitely what we've been paying attention to and we've solved. Maybe you're aware that you need an automated or a digitized system that can actually target the right prospect. And that way you can stop doing this endless cat and mouse game of, manual follow-up. And it just doesn't produce really good results, and most of the time, none at all. And then you're left with this another, I was almost there, and then it just fleeted and it was gone. These things start to mess with you, and then you can't teach properly, you can't focus properly, it starts going home with you. It's not a good deal. So maybe you want to grow your school so you can quit your 8-to-5 job, or, many of our clients, they've got a high profile career and they want to do this on the side as a hobby. And then the more they do it, they're like, I think I want to focus on that more. And just instead of doing my other main profession, they want to focus on their martial arts school as being that core career option that can replace a high-end job. A lot of our clients, they make 6 figures at their career job, but they want their martial arts school to replace that. If that's you, this is definitely the right place to be. Or maybe you're not too good with computers, but you're not going to let that stop you and your growth. And I'll tell you, I get it, right? When I created this system, when we created the process I'm about to share with you, I was always thinking and keeping in mind, regardless if they're tech people or not, nobody wants to really battle the tech. We want to just have something that works. We want something that when it's built, I don't have to keep rebuilding it. When it's built, I understand it in a simple way and I can actually manage it and make it work for me. So I get that. And so the tech part, we've removed it. Matter of fact, this new, more synergistic and collaborative way, we just make sure in a hands-on way to really help you. Or maybe your school, you're trying to build a great team, but the finances, the insufficient time, it's really hard for you to learn and do your particular martial art because you just don't have the time. You don't have the focus, and it's just pulling you back. So if that's a problem, listen, this is going to be just a huge eye opener for you. Or you're trying to get more students that are serious and actually want to train and learn what it is that you're teaching. You can find those. Today we've got the ability to really hone in and target, find out what those people want without having to guess. And then even better, we can literally put the right offer right in front of them right when they need to see it. So that's so cool, I think. And then if it seems that your website gets lots of interest, you're getting traffic there, you're getting maybe some leads or some clicks, but then when you're following up with those emails and then you're asking them, how can I help you? You'll get these little responses, you'll get some little, oh yeah, maybe, I think so. And then they seem like they're going to commit, and then in the end they don't, right? And then it just leaves you feeling, the word I come up with is hopeless. And every time I say it, they're like, it's exactly how I feel. It's just like this. It's like, man, I tried so hard, and then they it's like they drop out. I totally understand that. We've helped our clients get through that and never have to face that ever again. I'll tell you, having this process that we have it just lets that weight off your shoulders, because you actually know what you're doing. It's taking care of the job that humans, where they drop the ball, because humans we don't show up happy all the time. We don't show up rested all the time. We don't show up in the right frame of mind. Things happen. We get sick. We're not there. But when we use automation, we can duplicate ourselves, and thousands of people can see the best performance, because we only have to create that performance one time. And then that can go out there and be seen by thousands of people at the right time all day long without us having to lift a finger. And that is a real huge implementation that has to happen in your business if you're really serious about growing. So maybe you've tried agencies, but they didn't understand your demographics. They didn't understand what you were actually offering, your service. And they used these cut and paste ads that just didn't bring the right client. You attract what you put out in the world. So if you're putting these things out that are generic, what would you expect to get back, right? And so if they don't understand you, if they don't understand your service, and they don't understand your audience, it's going to be really, really hard for them to get some results for you. Okay, so if you relate to those things, listen, you are in the right place. I understand where you're at. We talk to clients every day, and we've got all this information from all these different industries. And by industries, I mean Taekwondo, Kung Fu. I look at those things as industries. They're different styles and disciplines all over the world in different cultures. And we have found exactly how to serve that in the right way so that it always brings you the best clients, and it actually brings you consistent clients. So if that is you, then you're definitely in the right place. So let's just jump into it. What is this automated inbound student generation machine? You might have been hearing about it. You might have asked yourself, is this machine like a metaphor? No, it's really a machine. And what machines do is work without you. The car doesn't need you to fire the pistons. It does that on its own. It's designed to do that without you. We could never do it at the pace and efficiency that it does. And that's what's going on here. And when it's automated, it works without you, just as it sounds, automated. If it's inbound, that means it's coming to you, no more chasing. Obviously, it's a student generation process, and it's a machine. All the things that it needs to be. With a machine, you can calculate it. With a machine, you can depend on it. With a machine, you can find out why it's not working and fix it. That's what's beautiful about that, and that's why we built what we did. So let me go over and just show you an example of our machine so you can take a look at it. Now, this is also the download that you're going to get down below. So I'm just going to use my little person here. And what we have is right here is our attraction process, okay? Let me get a little arrow so you can see a little bit better. There we go. So this over here is the attraction process. By attraction, I mean putting out the right type of, we'll just call it content for now, putting out the right type of content. And that content could be paid advertising. It could be unpaid, where we're creating, content that speaks to our particular audience, and they find it it could be also called free. Okay. So they can go on, search, and find it. And then there's also that organic traffic that comes through our website. And by organic, I mean they just find it on their own, or maybe somebody suggested it, word of mouth, something like that. And that's what you have over there in the attraction process. You've got unpaid and paid. I just keep it that simple. And we use the platforms that matter. Now, there's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's all these platforms. You could name a ton of them. But what we've done is we've taken out the guesswork, we've taken out the what should I do? And for us, it's about, instead of splintering our time out to where we're spinning a little bit in each direction and there's no power anywhere, what we've instead focused on is what brings the highest ROI. Let's focus there because it keeps things simple. It's easier to master, and it allows us to really dive deep and understand that platform and our audience on that platform. And so we've already figured those things out for you. And so when we take you through that process, you can be assured that that's the best place to be. And we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. So this person, they see either your website, or they see your ad, or they see maybe a search. They're searching, how do I do this? Or how do I lose weight or discipline? Or maybe their child, how do I get my child to listen better, perform better in school, right? Focus better, all these things. How do I get in shape myself? And, all the stuff that can be a possible, problem that they're trying to get solved with your martial art. So they're over there, they see one of your ads, or they see one of your pieces of content, or somebody suggests them to the website. Then they go over to what is called the conversion process. All right. So in the conversion process, they would click on an ad or click on a button, okay, on your website, and they would land on this landing page. Now, what happens here is we pixel them so we can retarget them. So if they don't give us their email and opt into our list, we still have a chance to, follow back up with them. And I'll tell you what, when somebody clicks on an ad or sees your advertisement, only about 2% of those people ever will buy right then and there. 30% are they're not going to buy at all ever. And then that remaining 68%, that's going to happen through follow-up, because people need, more exposures to see things and understand them and really assure themselves that they are going to do it and that it's right for them and that they trust it. Just like this might not be your first time hearing about this kind of stuff from me. You might have seen my videos on YouTube. You might have seen other ads or my retargeting. And now you're here, you've opted in, you're watching this video, and you can see that it's, I seen it the first time. Now I'm watching it again. Now I understand. Or maybe this is your first time, right? So it's the same thing. You're going through the same process right now. You're actually on this page right here where you're watching this video. So on this page, we have a very laser-focused, niche-focused offer. And this has to be an irresistible offer to a point where they literally cannot resist it. It is so dialed into what they want, what they need, what they're struggling with, and it's just hitting right on the note. So it's almost like a stimulus reaction, a nervous reaction in their body where they're like, there's no way I cannot look at this. They give us their email, okay? And then they get instantly dropped on page 2. Now on page 2, this is where we get a chance to hook them in, show them how we can help them, prove our authority, prove what we're worth, show them how we overcome problems, what's important about that, why we do it, and then we can present a really powerful offer that they cannot resist. And this causes them to want to schedule a call with us. And so they'll do that, or they won't. But here's the great thing. Because this whole entire process is pixeled, any page that they go to, we know what that is, and we can track that, which allows us to make really educated decisions. It allows us to know when we put $1 in, are we getting that dollar back, or are we getting 2, 3, 4 back? And if we're not, we can look back into the process and understand what's broken, and then we can just simply go fix it, because there's really only 4 things that you can adjust. Who you're showing it to, what offer you're making, what it looks like, and the messaging in that whole process. And when you figure that out and learn that, it makes, editing and maintaining this thing a breeze. And when this whole machine is set properly, now, when I say set, I mean put in place with your message and your brand and your look and your solution and everything inside of it, your, schedule stuff, your opt-in stuff. But understand, we've already built this, and because of the way we help you, you'll never struggle with the tech here. And we've ensured that because it's been such an issue. So if you're worried about that, don't worry about that, because we've already dialed that in and we've already put this together so you don't have to mess with it. We just handhold you through setting this up, putting your brand on it, putting your look on it, and anything that is involved with that process, we've already got steps that are outlined in clear detail to make sure that you have no struggle there. It's about having fun, not stressing out, but having the best thing there is to have that's going to work for years and years to come. This system, this process will outlive everyone watching this, myself included. And that's what's really nice, because you can know that the better you focus on this and spend the time on something that's evergreen and going to continue to work for you for years and years to come, and that's easy to operate maybe by your team so you don't have to mess with it. Or if it's just you can take care of everything you need to do with this. I call it's coffee and stats. So like by the time you have the time to drink a coffee or whatever you drink in the morning, water, whatever, you should be able to understand your machine if it's working, and if it's not, you'll know exactly what to do to fix it. So that is one thing we're very excited about giving to you and making sure that you have in your arsenal to grow your school. So, okay, again, they click on something over here in the attraction phase, unpaid or paid, land on this page, get pixeled, opt in, go to the video page, watch the video, click the button to schedule, or they don't. We retarget them to bring them back. And then once they schedule, they land on this page and it tells them, hey, congrats, and here's what to expect. And then they're also getting an email telling them that too. We also have reminder texts going to them. We also have reminder emails to make sure that they show up in your school, or if you want, on Zoom or on a call. It's really up to you completely. So none of it matters. You can pick either in the door, which is most people, right? On Zoom or on a call. So then what happens is they kind of go down here and they get these emails. So let's imagine this person did this, but then they left because maybe their phone died, maybe their kid needed something, the light turned green, whatever it was. Then all of a sudden, it wasn't that they didn't want to finish, they just couldn't. So we have these follow-up processes asking them, hey, go back and check it out. And we have this immediate hit the iron while it's hot process so that we can get them back over here to finish that video and get them to schedule and come in. And when they schedule, they also have to fill out a survey. They have to tell you, do they have the money, why they want to join, what they've tried before, do they have experience, things that you need to know so you can avoid tire kickers, which saves you time. And it's the best absolute way to do it. Now, if you're running ads and you're not running it to a system like this, you're probably struggling. And so many people come to us and say, well, I've tried ads, I've tried Googles, I've tried YouTubes, I've tried all these things. They don't work. It's not for me. But they're not using a system like this. And because of that, it isn't working, because this is the system that works. This is all you need to know in your mind going forward. This is the system that works, okay? So when they come into the emails, this is retargeting level 1, and this goes through and gets them to reschedule. Now these things here in between, it asks them, it asks the lead, okay? So your system's doing all this without you. This whole thing's running without you, 24/7, 365. And what this does is after it sends this email, it then asks, did that person schedule a call? If they didn't, it sends the next email a day later, okay? And in some of these, it's like an hour later. It's all pre-programmed, and we've already put all the messaging in here, and we help you customize it. But if they did schedule, then it takes them out of this flow so we don't send them the wrong message and make them feel weird. And then they go into another email list, and there's a few more other what we call automations that just lead them to where they need to be so that you don't have to worry about that stuff. You don't have to follow up. And this thing does a better job, because when you do this stuff, you create it when you're primed up. You create it with the right message so that when it's playing out there, it always shows up on time. It never is angry or fighting with their spouse or tired or hungry or whatever. It's doing the best job all the time. And this is that automated machine. This thing is, literally in the world of using these machines, it is probably in the hundreds of billions, and that's no lie. This machine is the machine, and there's infinite emails that also just continue to go out. And the great thing is, you might be thinking, well, what about I don't want to create all this content, blah, 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 blah. We have the one day power content creation where you can create something in a weekend, maybe in a day or two, that will last you for months at a time. And then at a certain point, you're loaded and ready to go, where you have the most powerful follow-up. And listen, most schools are not using this. And if you are, and you're using these targeting features and all the different things that I'm going to share with you, it's bad news for anybody down the street from you. I'll tell you that, because you can target their traffic. You can target people that visit their site. You can literally target people that are in their building. It's crazy, but it's awesome. And I'm going to show you how to use it. Okay, so let's go now and let's take a look back here at this next process. So why do the best schools use this for marketing and advertising? Well, the reason why is because it doesn't make mistakes. It can be preset. It works without you. It's very efficient. It allows you to actually make decisions with numbers instead of guessing. It is efficient on your wallet as well. And it's really the process that your prospect, your potential student wants. And it's something that they're going to feel like they're dealing with professionals. And I think that that's, so important today because of all the different things that are out there. You may have heard of different things like this too. And I hope that our presentation here is touching you in a different way, because we do take time to care, and we do take time to know and be really professional at what we do. So let's take a look now at this next process. So what is the best offer to attract targeted students? And by targeted, I mean the students that you actually want. Adults from this age to this age, or whatever it may be. Kids, it doesn't matter. You can pick it, okay? And you can actually attract those students that are wanting your training because of the solution it provides, and they're ready to pay. It's not a, I hope they pay next month. This is already predetermined, okay? So what we do for this, the best type of offer is what we call a magnetic dojo offer. And this is like a micro training offer, and it's basically the coolest thing ever because it's gonna pay you to inoculate them. It's gonna pay you to become the trusted authority with them. It's really fun for them. It's really fun for you. It's an easy to do process, and it pays you what you deserve to be paid so that you can grow a school. It's not about making a bunch of money off your people. It's about being paid to be able to provide a better service. It's about being paid to upgrade and train better. Frankly, you can help more people being rich than you can poor. And when your mind's worrying about finances and things like that, it's hard for you to be a good teacher. And then it starts to roll off on the team, and then the whole thing starts to decay. And before you know it, you're in a bad place. And you might be there already, but don't feel bad. I understand, and you can get out of it. Trust me. This type of offer is amazing because you dial it in specifically to that targeted student that you're looking for. It's a compact, high-value driven offer that pays you really well. We've got a client that he put together, there was only 30 spots available. He focused it on men that had, daughters, professional men that made, high six figures, that he just focused on that category. And then he focused on them that had kids that were about to go to college. And these were women only. And he taught a trafficking, rape, self-protection type class for, daughters of these high earning individuals where the price was not the issue. It was about getting that type of solution for their family. She's going off, who's going to protect her, that type of thing. And listen, there are hundreds of different types of offers like this. And one question I get all the time is, can we have multiple offers if we have multiple types of students? Absolutely, 100%. Matter of fact, that's the way to do it. So if you're for each niche that you're going after, you would create one of these. We've already got it templated. We already know how to process the whole thing through. We've got great examples already that are proven. And this is really cool because about every 42 days, he was able to generate, are you ready for this? He was able to generate close to $30,000 every 42 days with this type of offer. That gave him money to do upgrade, open other schools, pay their instructors, pay their rent with a breeze and have a nest egg back behind. Also, it was giving them the ability to create better training and provide better tools and have a great atmosphere that was wanted to be in by the student, and they came back for more and told people about it. And these types of offers are so powerful because after that little stint of time, there was so much value created out of that for them, but he also had all these marketing assets after that little micro training or magnetic dojo offer process. And the way you bring people in with that, they're excited about it. It's a quick, measurable result that they get, and they can see the tunnel right in the beginning, and then the ones that want to stay long-term do. So it's really powerful. And the reason our clients use this is because they can consistently know that when they go after that targeted, niche that they want, and again, you can have multiple magnetic dojo offers. When you do that, you know that you're creating something that is pinpoint accurate to that target market, so that's who you attract, right? It's like when you go fishing. If you just go fishing to go fishing, you may or may not catch something, and it's a hope guess. But the real fishermen, they figure out what that fish is, what they eat, when they eat, how they eat, and then they go out there with that bait. And in this way, our bait is all automated, so you don't have to actually go out there and fish. But when we do that, we can go there and know when that fish is ready to eat, what they want. And the cool thing is we don't have to guess about all this. It's out there. They're telling us what it is. And this is, honestly, it makes it fun. And that's what I want you to have. And I want you to have fun, profit. I want your students to have success, and I want you to have simplicity so that we can grow without having to worry about all this stuff. And that's what these magnetic dojo offers do. So these things are so powerful. They're so accurate. They're great for the student. They're great for the school. And you know what's even cooler about it? Nobody can compete with you because they never know what you are actually doing and who you are going for. So you could have a school literally right next door on both sides and across the street, and they still could not beat your offers. That is what's so cool. And when you use these older methods, they worked before the internet. They worked before we had this capability to do what I'm doing with you right now. And because those things worked then, we think they work now, and they do to a degree, but the problem is you can't track them. You can't predict what they're going to do. The rate of changing them and editing them takes forever. Go try to change a newspaper flyer type ad. It's like all this time. I can change a magnetic dojo offer in literally like seconds, right? And it's so much more accurate, and it feels right to both the customer and to you, and it brings this synergy together that really just makes the school a powerhouse against everything else. So very awesome. Okay, so what's this other thing here? Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is what is the best platform right now to get new paying students? And, unless there's like some serious like earth-shaking change, I don't see this changing anytime soon. And here's the best part. No matter what, if it does, there's this process that we have that I just showed you and that I'm talking to you about now that will literally deroot itself and set right back down in another platform. So you're never controlled by the trends. You're never controlled by that stuff. You work with human nature, and you always have the ability to attract and convert students. It makes me feel good at night. I sleep good, and I love it because we can get our clients results. So the best platform right now is YouTube, right? And why is this such the best platform? Well, number one, it's a search engine. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all these places. I have nothing bad to say about them. All I have to say is, when was the last time you went looking for an answer or a solution to a problem by searching on one of those platforms? When was the last time you went to Facebook to learn how to do something particular? But you do that with Google, and because Google owns YouTube, when we're messing with YouTube, we're messing with Google in a good way, and we show up when people search for answers to their problems. You become the answer. Here's another thing. The targeting is unbelievably powerful on YouTube and Google. So when I talk about YouTube, I'm talking about Google too. But here's what's even better. We can put our ad on every single website. Our ads and retargeting can follow your students around every single place they go. That might even be why you're here right now watching this, right? You've seen one of my ads on a website. Yours will do the exact same thing. And here's the greatest part. We've pre-created these. We know how to create them. You'll know how to create them. It's just, once you have this information and power, you are going to be unstoppable, and people are going to be proud of what you have, and they're going to want to come be with you. It's the way things are being done now. And what's even better is if you do well, and because martial arts isn't actually taking advantage of this like they should, I mean, we're working on making sure that they do, but because they're not, there are so many opportunities that would blow your mind if you could see it. Whereas, people in all the different disciplines, name one, karate, BJJ, all the one, Krav Maga, right? All the different ones. There's tons of them. We've got them all. And I'll tell you, if you know how to search and do reverse engineer on the search engine, you can see where you're showing up organically. And we're getting our clients 7 to 10 students without using a single dime on advertising because of that certain feature right there. We can retarget easier. We have more control. And people go to YouTube and Google to learn, especially YouTube. They're there in a video learning mindset. Think about it. If you came over from YouTube, you were already in a framework to learn from a video, and then you seen my ad, and now you're here learning from a video. So it's very cohesive. It just melds together and it makes sense. It's not a knee jerk. And that is what's so great about this, and that's what you'll be able to do. Plus, we can demonstrate. Video lets us use body language. I mean, look how you're experiencing me right now. It wouldn't be this enriched or connective if it was just a sound, or if it was just a picture. But because it's all of that, it's turning on more nerves in the brain, right? And it's giving more of an experience and more of a, I see this, I get this, I understand this, and we can demonstrate better. We can show our authority. We can show why we matter. So I hope you really think about that. And then the thing that I love the most about this is if you do a really good job there, they start paying you for views. So then you can take that money and use it for advertising. I mean, what a self-serving, it like reinforces itself. And when you're doing something where you can do it once and it stays out there, you put something on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or all these other things. Again, nothing bad to say about them, but it's here today, gone tomorrow. YouTube, I go on there and learn from things that are several years old and it's still current, still ready. And unless your martial arts is going to change anytime soon, this is perfect for you. And so I just love it. And the fact that we can use it to really understand our audience in ways that nothing else can. Now, do I show you how to take advantage of Facebook? Sure do. We've got an entire program around that whole thing that comes with what I'm about to share with you. So, and that includes Instagram, which, really honestly, when you learn what I'm about to show you with the YouTube and the Google and everything, you can just take that same type of strategy, same type of framework and system, and you can apply that to almost any ad platform. And that's my goal, to make sure that you're educated, make sure that without being dependent on me, exactly how to do what needs to be done. Okay. And that is really important to me because it's not about me, it's about you and you getting results. And so pound for pound, it gives us the most ROI. It's where we can put our time and money and know that it's going to pay back. Literally for like a lifetime. That's what's so powerful about a search engine, especially one like YouTube. So let's go down here. So what 3 elements do you have to make your school grow? Well, number 1, you have to have an absolutely magnetic, irresistible offer for your school. It has to be one that's hyper-targeted, hyper-crafted, clear, and it has urgency and scarcity built into it in such a way that they literally cannot resist it. The offer is one of the most important things in any business, especially your martial arts school. So that's number 1. Number 2 is you have to have a really powerful follow-up system. Your follow-up is so important. You've heard it. Fortune's in the follow-up. So if you don't take advantage of the follow-up and you don't do the follow-up and you're not doing it properly, you're literally leaving like 68% of your profits on the table. You're watching the wind blow it away. And if you're just relying on manual things to do that, again, manual, human instinct, human nature, human things, it cannot compete with the consistency of a well-oiled machine. So it's not about we're not good enough, it's about the truth, right? Physics, right? So we're grounded in science and in math here. And we have like an investor mindset, and we really care about, when we put this time and energy in, are we getting a return? Do we have a clear digit there showing us that we actually are getting clear results? Can we scale? If you don't know what it costs to get a new student in your school, a new paying student, you don't know what it costs to get a new lead, and you don't know what it costs to acquire that customer at scale, you can't scale and you can't grow your school because you don't know what to put in or where to put in to make it do that. And that's why so many schools cannot scale or get more students. They're not tracking. They don't have the numbers. We give you all that. We make it simple because I don't want you getting bogged down with marketing and the processes. I want you focused on being a really good instructor, a really good operator of your martial arts school, a really good person in the school that is a professional at what they are providing as a solution. That's what's important to me. So that's why we take it so serious in making this easy for you to handle, understand, automate, and put in place so that you can actually get the thing that you're wanting. And then the final thing is you've got to have an actual solution, a good product, a good service. And you've got to have a way to get that offer and that follow-up in front of people. So you've got to have a system that can take care of those processes. Those are the 3 things. You've got to have an incredible offer and product. You have to have the messaging clear and very simple to understand with the right elements that make it actually convert. Then you need to have a follow-up system that is untouched. It doesn't break. It's there when it needs to be at the right time with the right message. And then you've got to have a way to get that in front of people. You've got to have a system of marketing and advertising. Listen, every single school that we talk to that's a huge franchise, it is mandatory that they have a certain percentage of money that has to be spent on marketing. It doesn't matter what you go into. Even when I had my agency many years ago, for many years, it was, when we would go work with big clients, they would all, have to spend a certain amount because the people that are, growing humongous, big billion-dollar businesses know that if people don't know why your business matters, then it doesn't. And if people don't know why you don't matter, then you don't. And they're not going to come give you their value for yours. And so we have to advertise. We have to put ourselves out there, and we've got to know how to do that in an efficient way so we're not wasting our time and money, because that is what's going to kill the business. And that's why those 3 elements are so critical. So I hope you took some good notes on that. But my next question excuse me, my next question really is, if I offered you a high converting automated 20 plus student per month growth machine, with a super fast turnaround, had hands-on implementation to make sure that you got it set up, to make sure you got results, you did it in a collaborative way with friends, and you didn't have to worry about what to say or how to say it or when to say it or how to program it, and one that you could actually fill your school or schools, if you've got more than one, with high quality targeted paying students now, would you take me up on that offer? Okay. If so, then I want to introduce to you our Dojo Student Synergy. This is our brand new program. We have not brought a new program to market for many years, and this is what we're calling our Dojo Student Synergy, and I am absolutely excited about it, and I want to present it to you right now. So what this is it's our DS Synergy, so Dojo Student DS, our DS Synergy, and it's beta. So by beta, it means we're making sure that this thing is honed in to a absolute science, and it's a mastermind. So it's not just some course that you're gonna get and you go through courses, and the reason why is because we've found that when we give somebody a course and they plug in and they try to go and then they hit a bump, it's too easy to just not do it. And then they get bogged down with things, and there's just too much room for error, too many variables that can make it cause problems. And I don't like that, and I don't want that to happen for you. And when we looked back and we looked at the clients that plugged in with us and really we took root and held hands with them, and they showed up and did all the stuff, the results were unbelievable. And I'll share some of the results with you here in a minute, but one of them that I always think about is Barry Crowther. He's out of the UK. He's a BJJ school, and Gracie. And he, one thing about him was he was almost done. Okay, COVID almost shut him down. The lockdown almost shut him. In 21 days, he didn't have a system like this at all. In 21 days, he signed up 38 students, and he worked with us. We got together, and we found that when we collaborate synergistically and we work together to make sure that you know what you're doing, hold you by the hand, hold you accountable, like, hey, why didn't you do that? You said you wanted more students. You said you wanted to grow, and we worked together in a loving way with friends. That was when we seen real results happen in a very timely manner that lasted, with great students, great results. And the way you learn and the immersion effect that happens from working together in a small group is just so powerful. So that's why we did the mastermind. But this is a mastermind that specializes in helping business owners to scale their schools using email automation, retargeting, YouTube unpaid, and YouTube ads, which is paid. You're going to have this stuff for all the other platforms, okay? But we focus on this because this is the highest ROI. And we do this by helping you craft, and by crafting an irresistible magnetic dojo offer like we just talked about that actually gets students in the door now, students that want to come in, not because they're coerced or, slick sales stuff, because that's what they want and they're looking for. And we use a hybrid digital attraction system and automated machines. And by hybrid, what I mean is it's a combination of unpaid and paid, and then email follow-up, all automated together to work off of each other, educating the pixel, educating the AI, making the machine smarter, giving the right message to the right people, making our ads less expensive. And if you're doing ads and losing money, you're doing them wrong. And, when we do ads with our people, we start really small, $5-10 a day, and then we let the machine and the results tell us what to scale up. And that's how we make that adjustment. People always ask, well, how much do I need to budget for advertising? Just figure $5 to $10 a day. And honestly, that shouldn't be money out of your pocket if we do this correctly, if you do it with us correctly, because my goal is to get you 7 to 10 students without a dime out of your pocket. And the money from that, we then use for advertising. So, as far as budget, we start small. We let the machine tell us what a cost per lead is, a cost per new student, what's it going to take to acquire, and then we adjust from there so that we know when we put money in, we're getting more back than what we put in, and that's the goal of advertising. If that's not happening for you, we're not tracking. The offer's not there. We're just throwing things out there, throwing mud at the wall and seeing what sticks, and that's what happens. You go broke, and it's bad, and I don't want that for you. So we use that hybrid system, that automated machine. All of this stuff is pre-built to the max, and then we help you put your brand in there. We help you put your look and feel and message based off our frameworks and systems that we've proven to work over the years. I mean, we've got it to a science. Think about it. How did you get here? How are you watching this right now? If we help martial arts business owners all over the world, how did we find you? How did you get to this point in the video? Think about that. If it didn't work, how is this even happening right now, right? So we just show you exactly what we're doing, what we implement ourselves, we practice what we preach, and we share everything with you, keeping you up to date on the leading edge so you don't have to worry about that stuff. And every member in this mastermind, in this DS Synergy Beta, every member is focused on that same goal: profitability, getting your students results for us, our students, our clients, you, and simplicity and happiness so that we can have happy, not be stressed out over this complicated stuff, and we can get profit and results that are consistent. It's delivered and operated, this mastermind, by myself, Mike Gowans, and our MAG team, which this is our MAG team right here. There's me, there's Michelle, Chelsea, and Landon. Got community managers, client success, data. We make sure that we've got people in place so that this can be, served properly, so that you get the attention you deserve. And, our team we absolutely love this stuff. We're masters at this stuff, and we really do care about your results. And then our focus is getting you launched, implementing, getting you results, and group synergy. That's why I called this Dojo Student Synergy, because if you look up the definition of synergy, that's what this is. It's getting things done together, collaborating. Two minds create this third, more powerful mind, and we just grow so much better and so much faster. And I don't want you spending, endless time, going through these courses, these endless courses. I've been guilty of this in the past, and I found a better way. And that's where we've enhanced this, innovated this, and brought you this. I don't want you going through these long, boring PDFs, all this stuff. I want everything to happen, in half a page. Here's the instructions. Here's what to do. And I don't want to, I want to build this with you so that we know it gets done, and it helps us ultimately enhance our machine better and better and better so that you get better and better results as well. And I just want to have fun with you. I want to grow with friends. I want to, have a great time, but I do want to make sure that we achieve real measurable results in a timely manner. And this beta group is going to help us streamline. It's going to help us enhance and generate the best results. So in this beta, we're gonna work with a very, very small group of people, and we're gonna work with those people until we get unmatched results. I mean, I'm talking about outsized results, really powerful frameworks, even better than what we already have. I mean, we know how to make this work, obviously. We got you here, right? But we wanna make it even more powerful, and we know that working with a smaller group, the attention's better, and we get better results. And so in the future, as we work with this beta group, we're never going to launch the full-fledged version until every member in that beta group is successful, has great stories that can be shared, and that is our focus. And then even when it's ready to launch at full steam, the additional clients are only going to be limited to 100 at a time to make sure that everyone is served at 100%. So there will never be more than 100 people in this at a time. So it's extremely important to us that you understand that, because we will be working with you. So here's how the mastermind works, and it's basically the outline of events. So in week 1, we go through the blueprint, and we lay out what that is. What's the main model and framework of this? How does this work? What is the offer? How does your offer work? And then what's the mindset? How do you get mental performance to focus on this correctly? How do you get yourself to actually focus and get the most out of you? I'll share you all the cool things I've been learning and doing for myself. And then in week 2, we have our WB live market. So it's the Whiteboard live market test. So I have you take this magnetic dojo offer that we've been working on and creating, and then we put it out and test it before we do anything with it, before we build a bunch of stuff and waste a bunch of time. And then we do our magnetic dojo offer beta. So you're gonna make sure that that offer is actually getting the great result that it needs to. We're collecting marketing assets. And then we talk about student sign up. How do you actually sign a student up from the offer? What do you say? What's the process? We take you through all of that. And then in week 3, we're gonna really take what we learned in your beta and that live market launch, and we're going to develop that irresistible magnetic dojo offer that can run for years to come, that just takes slight tweaking, if any, and something that you can rely on, that your school can run without you on, and that other people, what's cool about this whole process is, for you and your school, you can bring a team member on and they can learn with this, and they can, take care of this for you. That's the goal. You should at some point work back and be the operator so that you can take your time, energy, and profit and create even better systems to grow the whole thing. And so, we help you do that, and we make sure that that is all happening on the dot, implemented and collaborated together with, and then all of this is recorded, right? So everything that's happening here will be able to go back and look at it, and things, as we learn through the immersion of different things, those will be created as a recording in there. So you never forget anything. It's not like it's going to run away from you. And then we install your automated machine. So now that we've got your offer, we understand what we're doing, we've got it proven out, let's install that machine now to run an automation, right? To do the automated follow-up, do the automated marketing, and put that stuff out there and make sure it's going to the right place at the right time. And sorry, I'm talking fast. I just don't want to waste your time. I know it's going to take just a minute to get through this. So then in week 5, we put that hybrid digital attraction and retargeting system where we've got the email, the unpaid and paid, and how we get those to all work together and just hum like a machine. It's really cool. It's one of my favorite parts. And then in week 6, we dial that machine in. Let's get that thing just humming just right. We know what to put in, what it's going to come out with. And then we constantly are going to make sure that we're tweaking and optimizing this thing for consistent ROI. This doesn't, after this, process and it's set up, that's when the fun begins, right? So now you're going to be working with the machine. You're going to be learning different things about it. And that's why this Dojo student synergy, it's an ongoing thing. And I've got something crazy I'm about to share with you that I'm only sharing with the people that are, watching this right now, because it's a timed thing, which I'll get to here in just a second. But you're getting an unbelievable offer here in just a second. So the next part of it is, it's our collective, I call it. So it's the private community so that we can grow with other like-minded people. So you want to work with other people that are like you, other people that are on your same mission. They got the same goal. You can talk to them and they know, what you're talking about. They know and understand, the same things that you're saying, and they know your language, but they're working together with you. And what's great about this is it gives you 24/7 support. We've got a powerful group, and I'll just show you here. This is some of us on a call together, and this is this group. And what's great about this, it's got one login. It's got your community, your support, your training, your the coaching, the getting together, the whole process. And the reason this works so much better than doing like an agency or having somebody do your marketing for you is you get to actually dial in your person. You get to actually know how this works, and the money you would be wasting on an agency or on other things. Listen, I was an agency, so I'm not talking trash on them. I know that when you have this in place, once it's built, it's kind of like your car. Once your car's together, you don't have to build it every time you go drive it. Just watch the gauges, make sure it's got oil change and a gas, and the tires are good, right? Same thing here. And that money that gets spent on, having somebody else do all that stuff, number one, you lose control. Number two, you're just clueless. If they drop you, if they go out of business, you just don't know. And then you always have that like worry in the back of your head, and you're kind of handicapped by not knowing. And then, the money savings. So the money that you spend there, you could be putting in your own machine, growing your own school with, and that starts to be a lot. I mean, I look at what our clients are spending on agencies. I'm like, imagine knowing what you know now about how it takes to get a client. Imagine you had all that extra money that you blew on an agency. Like, you would have like an extra 100 students that year, So it's just crazy, and I want to save you from that. That's what this whole process is about. This is the right way to do it, by the way. It really, truly is. I'll argue that with anybody. I mean, I don't need to. The results are there. But here's this place. You can come in here, and you can see what other people are asking. You can comment on it. And what's beautiful? There's Master Clark and some of these guys. So Arthur, Lawrence. So, one thing that's really cool is when you're doing this, as you're going through the whole process, you can like comment on certain parts of it, and everybody gets to see that. So it's like, as we go together, everybody gets smarter faster. It's like this flywheel that you get put in place. And I just love that concept. But yeah, so that's that. I'll come back over there in just a second, but this inside of there, you have this calendar. So every, Monday and every Thursday, we've got weekly Q&A calls, and these calls happen every single week. And it's a collaborative call where we synergistically get together and we implement. We make sure that your thing is running. We make sure that the machine is doing what it's supposed to do, and you know what's going on. Sorry, I'm kind of flying all over the place here. So it's a place where there's never being a ball dropped. Is this going to work for me? We make sure it works for you. There's no getting around it. When you know what to do and how to do it, then it's just a matter of doing it. And I can't do your push-ups for you, but if you show up, we will get it done. And so, like I said, you get 2-hour weekly synergy calls where we implement and collaborate together to get things done. There's myself, the team. You have access to all of us all the time. We're here to actually help you. So how do you actually join the Dojo Student Synergy Beta? Well, right now until May 20th. So today, right now, when I recorded this, it's Tuesday, May 10th. So by May 20th, our early bird offer is going to expire at May 20th, 2022 at 11:59 p.m. So what is that? Well, the people that get in on the early bird, so the people that get in between now and May 20th, so over the next, 9.5, 10 days, you're going to get the Dojo Student Traffic Now system. So I put together a quick, powerful system that is, here's just kind of some of the things that you're going to be able to go through, and we're going to kind of fast track you there, right? Now, this is for the first people that join during that early bird process. When you come in here, you're going to basically get this system, the Dojo Student Traffic Now system, so that by time we actually, launch the Dojo Student Synergy, the beta, when we launch it on May 30th, okay, you're going to be well ahead. I mean, this will super fast track your process, and many of you, you're gonna be able to take this right here. I mean, it's gonna blow your mind, just this. I really mean that, because you're gonna know exactly who your audience is, how to talk to them, positioning, how to create those hooks, how do you create an ad that actually works, right? Building your story close, basically positioning yourself so that you're the best there is. There is no competing with you, not in a floofy way, a real way. And then crafting your perfect YouTube ad script. And then you're also going to learn how to actually create a post, and we're not posting all the time. We're not doing any of that silly stuff, but you're going to know what you're doing. And there's a lot to say. You sleep better at night, your team operates better, and you just feel more confident and better. I mean, period. And then I'm going to show you how to build the MDO, the VSL funnel email. This is a fast track. We're going to go through this. There's a whole big process down below here. I just couldn't fit it all on here, but you're going to get that. And you're also going to get access to our Dojo Student Blueprint, which is going away. We were going to convert it from our 2.0 to our 3.0, and we're going to do the Dojo Student Blueprint. And I said, you know what, let's look at the data and let's make some real decisions here. And when we looked, it was when we collaborated, when we synergistically worked together with our clients, we seen explosive results. And so I said, I want to do that, and I want to build this with them. I want to build this. I want to stay on that video, and I want to work with them until they know what it is. So every person in this small beta group, all 30 of you, because we're only letting 30 in right now until it's mastered perfect, which, listen, this right here is a multiple 7-figure system we've already put together, and we've taken this and honed this down and perfected it. And it's not like a beta, we don't know what we're doing. It's a beta, like we're working together with you, and we're going to even make it more laser sharp and more powerful than it's ever been. But we're not going to leave it up to chance with you. We're going to make sure that you get accountability, that you get worked with, that you actually are getting it done fast, and not fast like, rich overnight. We're not a get rich quick scheme. So if you're looking for that, just stop watching now. Thanks for being here. Hope you got value, but it's not for you. But this is for the person that's serious, that wants to work and get it done and just put that little upfront energy in to have something that'll last decades, for a lifetime, frankly, and that can live on without them, take that legacy to the next level when they're gone, and really have a system that they know is going to support that organization and their true calling that they were meant to bring the value to. And that is what we're going to be building here. So if you're that person, you care about student results, you're not looking for, get rich overnight, you want something that'll work long term, that you can put in the work one time and it'll work over and over and over, have those results that are actually compounding and exponential over that curve where it's just a constant up, right? No funny business here either. Okay, this is real stuff, but you're going to get access to the Dojo Student Blueprint 2.0, which this is, people have literally built 7-figure businesses off of this multiple times, but you're going to get access to this until we remove it and put just our Dojo Student Synergy program in there. So, I'm going to give you all of that. And so you'll want to get in before May 20th in order to get that. So, but you do have to qualify. So that takes me to the next thing here. So in order to join this, you go to martialartsgrowth.com/apply, or underneath this video right now, there's a button. Now, if you're watching this maybe on YouTube, it would be down in the description, but the likelihood of that is you're probably on the page with the button. So down below, there's a button for you to download the PDF. There's also a button down there for you to apply to book your call. And there's a short survey I need you to fill out. And when you fill that out, it's going to let us know who you are, what you want, and we're going to see if we can actually help you. Because if we can't, we will be honest with you about that. And it's really important, we're only letting 30 members in this. At the time of me putting this up, we actually got 3 people in today. So it's down to 27 members, and we're only letting 30 in. And the DS Synergy beta will start on May 30th, 2022. So that's when we're kicking it off, Monday, May 30th. And so if you are, if you do qualify, after you fill out, you go to apply, martialartsgrowth.com/apply, or you click the button below. You'll go to a survey page. Let me take you over there. Okay, it'll look like this. It's just a simple form. You'll schedule a call with myself or somebody on the team, and then on the next, after you click the day or whatever, then you'll fill out a short survey. It's just a handful of questions that lets us know, if you're serious. I mean, if you can't fill that out, it's, it's not going to work out. Okay. But nothing crazy. We just need to know what's going on with you. We're here to work with the right people, and we know how important it is to have great people in the group. Great people spur great people, and great minds create even greater minds. And we want to keep it powerful, high quality. And we care to really make sure that everybody can add value to the group. Everybody can actually help each other, cares about each other, and that's really important to us. So that's why you do have to qualify, but jump on fill that out. We'll jump on a call. We'll see if you qualify. We'll see where you're at, where you want to be, if your school's a good fit. And these are schools typically that you've been in business, you've got your own school, you've got 30 plus members typically. And you're ready to scale. You're ready to have a system in place. You're ready to, show up and do the thing and finally have that behind you, that marketing, advertising, like, what do I do? How do I get students? You want that behind you. That's who we're looking for. That's who this is for. So, if that's not you, if you're not ready yet, then, that's okay. But, that's who we're looking for. And we're only letting 30 people in. So when these 30 spots are filled up, then this is gone. Or you don't get in before May 30th. So at May 30th, it's the cutoff, which, we've got 3 people today. So that'll let you know. We've got another 20 days left as of the time of me recording this, May 10th. So we got 3 in today. Obviously, this is going to go fast. So if you're serious about this and you want to join us, this elite group of 30, martial arts schools, and you want to grow and build a real system together and get implementation and collaboration, go to martialartsgrowth.com/apply, or just click the button below and it'll take you there. Fill out that survey. We'll jump on a call and we'll see if you qualify. All right. And if you do, then we'll present what the numbers are and the offer and everything like that. And, answer any questions that you have, and it'll be great. It'll be a really educational call for you. You'll get a lot of value from it. You will not leave empty-handed on that. And if you have any questions about this, just email support@martialartsgrowth.com and we'll get with you. So again, that early bird between now and the 20th, you're going to get that, this Traffic Now system is awesome. I can't wait for you to check it out. It shows you how to create ads, everything. It's just a fast track of what we're going to be doing, so you can be up and running at speed before the thing even starts. So you'll just really hit the ground running. You'll get access to our flagship course that the Dojo Student Synergy is going to replace. And you'll get access to all the stuff in our program back there, the recordings, the weekly Q&A calls. You'll get to jump on that. You'll get on all of that stuff, and you'll get to take advantage of that as a early bird. And you get a pretty cool rate too. We're doing something for those people. But I just wanted to put this on here. This is some of our client reviews. It's not all of them. Here's a video of people that aren't even on this page, but here's a video you can watch. If you just go to martialartsgrowth.com, you can see the reviews on there. But here's Barry, 38 new students in 21 days. There's Master Clark, Tiger Rock Martial Arts, Marv Conway. These are all incredible human beings that are just wonderful people. We love them. And, there's videos on here of all of our different clients. And, it's just a really it's a really neat thing, an incredible community. We've got some of the coolest people. I just want, this is just some of our reviews. I just wanted to point that out because we love our clients and we hope you're one of the next clients. So that's all I got for you. Thank you for, going through this with me. It may have been a lot longer than what I wanted it to be, but I wanted to make sure that we really, got this figured out together. And so if you're serious, there's 27 spots left for the beta program. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to get real results. Go to martialartsgrowth.com/apply, book that call, fill out that survey. Let's jump on, see if you qualify. Let's get you in. And let's make this year that cornerstone year, that year that you can always, check back to when you're telling them stories later, this one year, we got into this mastermind and that was it. That was the turning point. I want more of those stories. So thank you so much. Appreciate you. Go click that down below. And I look forward to talking to you. And I definitely look forward to seeing you in the Dojo Student Synergy Mastermind. Thanks.